Now the larynx starts here at the epiglottis, which remember flaps down to protect the trachea when you swallow food. And within the larynx is the voice box. Air is going to pass through here, and the voice box is going to produce sound. So this is the anatomy of the larynx as a whole. Here you can see from the front the epiglottis, the hyoid bone, the thyrohyoid membrane connecting the hyoid to the thyroid cartilage. And then you see there are also muscles and other cartilage holding all of this together. From the back, you can really clearly see this shape of the epiglottis, the back of the thyroid cartilage, and the hyoid bone. All of this is simply held together by membranes and cartilage. There's the only bone here is the hyoid, and remember, it doesn't articulate with any other bone. So there's no other bone making a joint here. Now the front of the thyroid cartilage here, this very tip here is called the laryngeal prominence, and that makes your Adam's apple. And that's usually larger on males. Usually, of course, obviously not always. The thyroid cartilage and then the cricoid cartilage here hold the vocal cord, what we call the vocal cords, which are ligaments that are going to make sound. This is the back of the cricoid cartilage here. So you can see the cricoid cartilage starts very narrow and then it widens as it wraps around the back. And then there are muscles here, and there are other pieces of cartilage here. We're not going to worry about those, and you don't have to learn all of these muscles. Just know that they're all working together to move the hyoid and to create sound. This is a superior view showing, so here's the thyroid cartilage here, here's the cricoid cartilage here. So we're looking down into the trachea, and we have vocal ligaments here and vestibular ligaments here. These are all going to be covered with tissue, and I'll show you that in the next slide. And as you adduct or close them or abduct, open them, you make different sounds. So the movement of the muscles and pulling on these different pieces of cartilage pull these ligaments, and the movement of sound across those ligaments, the movement of air across those ligaments then makes sound. So this is what they look like covered with tissue, and this is what it actually looks like through a laryngoscope, which is the equipment that a doctor uses to look down your throat and see your vocal cords. So let's see what that actually looks like. I'm going to show you a video where we will see people singing, and it's going to start out with them putting a laryngoscopes down to their vocal cords, and it's going to start with them actually putting those laryngoscopes up their nose. That's how you get the laryngoscope down past the epiglottis to, or not past the epiglottis, down to where you can see the vocal cords. So you can see the camera goes up in the nose and then down the pharynx, and then here it is, that this flap here, that is the epiglottis. There, and these are the vocal ligaments and the vestibular ligaments opening and closing. I didn't have my sound on. Let's turn that on. There we go, that's better. Isn't that mesmerizing? All right, that's the end of that section. We're going to come back and talk about the respiratory system some more in just a moment.